Oh, we're back. We are talking about Fabric admin settings, export settings, part number 3. If you haven't checked out the other 2, go back and check those out. It covers a lot of great topics. But let's get into it. Okay, before we head over to the content, make sure you hit that like, subscribe to the channel, so you get notified on anything we got coming up. Love it if you shared that out or leave a comment down below if you have questions about these different topics. Hopefully I can answer them. I'm going to try to answer everything as fast as best as I can. But if you have questions, really want to get that community talking about these things. All right. Okay, we are talking certification as the first item that we're going to be hitting on here. Now, certification is choose whether people in your org or specific security group can certify items like apps, reports, and data marts as trusted sources for wider organization. Note, when a user certifies an item, their contact details will be visible along with the certification badge. All right, now, I am a big fan of enabling this. Now, look at this. There's some additional settings here. Number one, you can put in a specific URL for documentation about the certification process, right? Like, what are the different levels? Because we've got certified and promoted content that you can, you're going to see inside of the Fabric service, all right? Give people a notification as to what does this mean? What is certified? What is the process to be certified? When someone promotes something, what are the requirements, or what should people be able to expect out of promoted content, right? This is a great place to put it in that documentation, make it really easy for them to understand that. And then who inside the organization is allowed to do that certification? Now, this is something that is brand new. We'll start here. Now, you can allow everyone to certify things or specific security groups inside your org. Now, I would recommend that you have your center of excellence are the ones who can certify content, be it a report, be it a data flow, or be it any of the content inside Microsoft Fabric. You want your center of excellence or that to have an official part as to what can be certified. Promoted, that's the type of thing that should be up to the teams and the departments within your organization as to what inside of their work area should they promoting as the active thing that they're engaged in working with, right? So this certification just for this limitation is just for that certification level. So you could go ahead and give that to a certain areas, right? Now, there is a new setting out there with the invention or with the implementation of domains, where you can say, hey, I'm going to allow these domain admins to enable and disable these capabilities, right? So that you can give that power to them as well. All right. So kind of a cool feature that you could set up inside of certifications. All right. Users, next item. Users can set up email subscriptions. This is enabled for the entire organization. Allows users can create email subscriptions to reports and dashboards. Again, are you going to let people do this or not? I highly recommend the answer is yes. Allow people to set this stuff up. Honestly, I don't think you want to disable this for anyone. Next items. Guest users can subscribe to email subscriptions. Guest users can set up subscribe to email subscriptions. With this setting off, only users in your organization can set up subscribe to email subscriptions. You can go out and learn more about the B2B guest sharing of information. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of this one. I unless you have a stated business case as to who should be doing this, I'm kind of pro on either restricted to a handful of users who are allowed to do this via a security group or disabling this. I'm not a big fan of sharing information outside my organization, especially in an automated fashion that's not governed or managed. It just reeks of potential problems and issues. This can be a contentious thing within organizations if they're currently sharing information out to people. If people really push you on this, this gives you at least a mechanism to see who's sending what to where. So you get some controls and line of sight into this type of thing. So there's some advantages there, but this is a little sketchy, so be careful around this one. All right. Next one. Users can send email subscriptions to guest users, enabled to the entire organization. Users can send email subscriptions to guest users. With this setting off, users in your organization can't subscribe guest users to subscription emails. Learn more. This is just stuff on the export sharing tenant stuff. Basically, I kind of like this one better than allowing guest users to go in and decide what they're getting. This is, if you're going to share stuff outside your organization, have that come from the inside. Basically, it becomes a push, right? Like I can say you can have this one item versus you can come in and whatever you have access to, you can go and subscribe to. Again, this is the type of thing, if you're going to enable this, restrict it down to a user group that has been trained, potentially does annual training on these types of things so that they know what the heck they're talking about, right? All right. Feature content. This is stuff that shows up on the home screen. It's like, what is the content that people should be honed in on and taking a look at? Honestly, straight up, just allow everyone inside your organization to do that. It's only going to show on your feature content pane if you have access to that content anyways. So if as like your COE and your COP, you should be promoting people to go in and feature things that have had updates, that have new information on it. Maybe it's part of the certification process is that you then feature it, or if you're promoted, then you feature it. Just helps in driving adoption to the content. All right. Now, next item, allow connections to featured tables. Enabled are users in the organization can access and perform calculations on data from featured tables. Featured tables are defined in the modeling view in Power BI Desktop and made available through data types, gallery, and Excel. Again, this is a featured table option. I think this is being deprecated. I don't know for a fact. This might go away. So this is out there now. I'm not sure you can. I don't know how valid that one is. We'll see. I don't know. Leave a comment down below if you're using this. Love to hear someone who's using that. Next item, allow shareable links to grant access to everyone in your organization. This setting will grant access to anyone in your organization with the link. It won't work for external users. So this is, this turns Power BI or makes Power BI sharing of content very similar to sharing anything inside of Outlook, right? So, or the entire Office suite, right? Like how you share things, making that available to people. Again, links down below. This again is the type of thing I'd enable for everyone in your organization, but if you want to restrict it, set it down to a specific security group that's been trained on what this means. That would be the only restriction I put. I wouldn't necessarily block this from everyone. And the last one we're going to be hitting on today, that's enable Microsoft Teams integration. This setting allows people in the organization to access features associated with the Microsoft Teams and Power BI integration. This includes launching Teams experiences from Power BI service like chats, the Power BI app for Teams, and receiving Power BI notifications in Teams. To completely enable or disable Teams integration, work with your Teams admin. Straight up, enable this so that people, when they launch Teams, they can have Power BI right in there, right inside of Teams, so that you either a button or an enabled embedded inside a Teams setting. That optional item on the navigation panel, they can add that in with this turned on, and I'd honestly talk to your Teams admins, have that pinned by default inside of Teams. At one point in time, there's back and forth. Maybe it is by default now, but I think they didn't have that turned on by default. Have that pinned and available, so if people are in Teams and they're working on stuff, it's really easy for them to go into the Power BI setting, do stuff inside of reports, and then go right back into whatever it was they're doing, so that you don't have context switching in place. All right. Well, that's it for that one. Hope you found that useful. If you did, leave a comment down below, like, subscribe, all the YouTube stuff. You have a great day. Peace. Baker Tilly Digital combines strategic industry insight and advanced technical expertise to uncover and solve your digital transformation challenges. If you're interested in learning more, check out our website at bakertilly.com/digital.